And welcome in! Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. What are you having, Nicole?
Oh, you know me, some Tito, some orange, some cranberry juice. Mr. Nick, tell the people what you're drinking and our three things for the show.
I am drinking my J. Lore Cabernet, Seven Oaks Cabernet, as per usual. Fancier than usual. Well, Cody Rhodes and John Cena bury each other. AEW progresses towards the Dynasty pay-per-view, and CM Punk will main event WrestleMania 41. It is Friday, April 4th, 2025. This is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell him bring another round when he let it go. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
And welcome back in, everybody. Happy Friday. If you are new here, welcome in. Hit the old like and subscribe. If you are a regular, we love having you. So, Nikki, welcome back. It's been a week.
It's been a week. It's been a long week. It's been a lot. I feel like between Raw, Smackdown, Dynasty coming up, we have so much to talk about. But briefly, I know we don't really cover NXT too much on here because there's just too much to talk about, but shout out to Ricky Saints, the new North American champion.
Formerly known as Ricky Starks in AEW.
It's just another guy that left AEW that's now quickly a champion. It was a fun match. I loved he walked on the barricade and was like kissing people, like kissing foreheads. It was great. Don't want to go too much into it, but just a shout out to Ricky. I love him. I'm glad he has a belt.
Him and Ethan Page is going to be the next feud.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be a real interesting run.
WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, for sure. But Nikki, before we get to all of that, we start with our favorite segment of the show, arguably. Well, I know your favorite segment. It's Nikki's Non-KAYFABE News.
Love it. Oh, we have to start off with some sadness. The AEW has kind of got some injury bugs running around right now. And unfortunately, starting off with Jay White, they opened Dynamite with saying that the Blackpool Combat Club attacked Jay White backstage and he's been whisked away to a medical facility. Or did they say hospital? Whatever.
Whisked away.
But then it came out.
Exactly. They said a direct quote, whisked. He's been whisked away.
I don't know. I can see the Excalibur.
Yes, Excalibur said he was whisked.
Whisked away.
You've been thinking too much about British Bake Off.
I haven't watched it in so long, so don't hush.
Simmer down.
You won't
use
let
all the food references. I digress.
But it turns out, I think on Thursday it came out that he actually has an injury. People are speculating because, again, like AEW is actually pretty good about like not saying people are injured, but what necessarily their injury is. Speculation station is that he broke his hand. I believe with them that match with the new kid Kevin Knight. Is that his name?
Yes.
I know it's Knight something. Yeah. I believe he broke his hand during that match. But apparently he's supposed to get surgery. So surgery on your hand, you're probably gonna be out for a while, which makes me sad because I feel like every time he gets like momentum, is actually doing something good, he gets injured. And I don't want to say he doesn't feel injury prone, but like I don't know.
Well, it's also another thing. It's like I don't know the match schedule, like the matches in general, a little bit more or harder in AEW, right, than they are seemingly in WWE. Maybe NXT compared a little more. Like at this point, I know the schedule in WWE is more, but they're a little bit more cognizant of like doing a less dangerous spot. So I just wonder if, again, this is like a couple years ago when I said like he was a free agent from New Japan. Like if he had gone to WWE or NXT, where would he be now? Like not that again, injuries happen all the time, but again, it's like it's start, stop. And the guy who was signed and supposed to be the next big thing is just kind of fading by the wayside, and it's sad to see. So I hope he can come back in his injury because again, he was in the world title picture. It's like maybe now the tides were set for him to kind of go there because there wasn't a crowded title picture.
Yeah, because again, he announced that he was going to be in the Owen. I thought he had like a pretty good shot to win. I think the final would have been him Hangman and run that back.
Yeah.
But also in AEW, apparently Orange Cassidy's injured. He has a torn pec. And then, which is also super sad, Mark Davis is injured again. He just came back from injury like 2 months ago, and that he was out for over a year for that. And it's just like he's injured again. You're just like, oh. And then sort of late breaking today, I know this is on the WWE side, apparently KO is injured. And the speculation station is that he is not going to the match between him and Randy at Mania is in jeopardy.
Yeah, a lot of injuries come from wrestling.
So again, this is speculation station, but makes me I love KO and I wanted him to have a Mania moment. Do I necessarily care about him and Randy? But that's neither here nor there. But I hope
you get away with it.
Yeah, but
it's needed.
Yeah, but I hope all their injuries. We wish them well in their recoveries and hope they get back on our rings shortly.
Got a couple comments to get through. Yeah, Weekly Steel Chair, our new friend Reese from overseas. Jay White, the incredible wrestler, New Japan Grand Slam champion, and the injuries are insane on him. He just has an awkward curse. And then Josh, regular, says, if Orange Cassidy, his pec is injured, how will he give a thumbs up? Full tragedy. Yes. Well, not just yet.
I'm bringing you down to bring you right back up, Josh. So I hope I mixed in. Anywhoosies, Miro, formerly known as Rusev, who is probably going to be known as Rusev again, was seen at in Stamford in Connecticut at WWE HQ, and everyone's saying he's signed. He's back.
Rusev Day.
It's gonna be and he signed on all days on Rusev Day. Magical. I really liked him. Again, I don't think they capitalized enough on the Rusev Day stuff. Him and Matt Ringwald, Aiden English. I always feel like I say his name weird. But him coming out the Rusev, like they were so good. I don't think they capitalized that because it was over as fuck.
So yeah, no, him and not Simon, Aiden English.
Yeah.
But
his real name's Matt Reddenwall. He's an announcer in
that was
Comics on TNA.
Yeah. Josh brings up a good point, and I was going to say that please don't bring back Lana. I would love to see him with Lana. I still love the Bulgarian Brute thing. I know relationship wise.
No, apparently they're back together. But apparently she wasn't with him in Stanford, and apparently she's not signing. I would like to let him breathe a little bit without her, to be honest, because like him, then I don't know what happened with them in AEW. That didn't make any flipping sense. But they did apparently separate for a while. They're back together, but apparently it's just Miro Rusev at this point.
Fair enough. So, I don't know. Let us know, where do you want to see Rusev end up? Raw, SmackDown, NXT could be interesting.
I was thinking NXT. I would love maybe like him versus Oba would be fun. It just
like the first challenger for Oba post Mania.
Yeah, it just makes me worried. Like you have, like I don't know if right now they would put, unless you put him like on Raw to go after the world title. To me, he might be in that mid card area. But you're bringing back again. Phoenix debuts tonight. You have
We will discuss that
obviously
later, too.
Phoenix. You have Penta that just came. Like Andrade came back. He's not really doing anything. Aleister Black is supposed to come back after Mania. Like, I don't know necessarily where he fits in this mid card right now, and I don't want them to be like a Tony Khan thing or back when NXT Black and Gold in like 2016. You have too many toys in the toy box, and you're not using them because like they're doing fuck all with Andrade. Apparently, that's a rumored opponent tonight for Phoenix.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That's the rumors. But I don't know. I worry. I'm excited. I want that he needs to come back. I think as that face as Rusev Day. I don't like.
Reese saying, I think he's lost cause personally. The guy's had a lot of creative opportunities, kept turning it down, so he's kept off TV. Interesting. I mean, I guess, but is the creative bad? Is it bad creative? Because you just never know.
Oh, I thought you were going to hit your drop.
Well, it could be.
From the bottom of my heart, man to man, fuck your story.
But again, like I'm assuming he debut post Mania, maybe the SmackDown or Raw after Mania. I don't know. It should be interesting because I don't know. I wanted him to be so good in AEW and he wasn't. And I want to root for him. Again, Rusev Day.
Was a good
I
gimmick.
should have been a good gimmick. I don't know, like when he debuted with Kip Sabian, as much as I love Kip, him as like the best man and out of the stag party that they did.
The video game machine.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about all that, but then he was doing the promos he was cutting, the vignettes were good, but they never did anything with them. I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. But Nikki,
I hate my music.
all right, Nikki, we're getting into it.
Oh my god.
Monday Night Raw, our Monday Night Raw takeaways. Titled set down.
Oh,
He's got a lot of energy.
I do. It's been I'm like on weird energy right now. So yeah, strap in, kids. But obviously this Raw was super early for us. It went live at 3. I had to watch it on delay because of work. But I was watching it upstairs. You're down in the basement, and I just feel like you just heard me yelling the whole time. I was like,
Yeah, well, I always hear, because I'm watching it down here in the office.
Yeah.
I'm getting stuff ready for the show, and then which is the 3-4 p.m. was really convenient.
Until someone puts a meeting on your calendar at 4:30.
That's right. But liking it right now, so it worked out pretty nicely. And as we have seen with Monday Night Raw, the last 3 weeks, we opened with John Cena coming out, and he wants to bury mediocrity.
Oh, no. We've listened to you talk for 2 weeks. John, no. Hey, I just want to remind you, in all the time that...
Did I put the same one? Sorry. The longer one. I'm hoping it's the right one.
Production meetings, kids.
Production meeting. Let me make sure it's the right clip. And go.
Oh, no. We've listened to you talk for 2 weeks. Allow me, John Cena, to do your job for you. You're going to cook me. I've seen this discourse. You're going to end me. Where do you want to start? There's so much you could make fun of when it comes to me. Okay, for starters, I have a little bit of a lisp, Y'all know. Sometimes words with the letter S, I'll give you one. Stardust. I got booed in a company I created. Oh, gosh, there's so much. I knew you weren't going to bite on any of this stuff, though.
I'm not going to reduce myself and punch down to your level. Just to protect you, Cody Rhodes. You've been protected long enough. I'm also I'm also not gonna cook you. I'm gonna bury you. Just like I buried everyone else. They've been saying for years that John Cena buries talent. I don't bury talent. I am talent. I bury mediocrity.
I am not. I don't bury talent. I am talent. I bury mediocrity. I'm just like, well, we're getting to the kids. Like, so.
So the question then becomes, because he brought it up about Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Has Cody Rhodes' title reign been mediocre? Is he a mediocre WWE champion?
I know. You said like this was going to be your question, and I didn't like it. I don't think so. I don't know. I love it. Oh my god! I love the rap battle at the end of 8 Mile back and that's kind of sort of like how this felt. And I want to talk more about this promo because there's so much fire in it. But you brought this question up. I don't think so. I think you had we had Roman Reigns for forever. I like to see my champion on TV. Sorry, I might be a weird one here. But I'd rather see him on TV. He had that amazing match with AJ Styles. He had that. He went into the stuff with KO. Then we kind of veered off the Roman Reigns stuff. But like, I don't know. I don't think.
Well, the reason I say that is because a lot of people feel like it's because of Roman that he got like these 2 years, like even chasing Roman, gave him all the momentum, and then it was like you had his title win, and then post WrestleMania, it was like SummerSlam was basically WrestleMania 2.0. So to me, like, again, it hasn't been, lackluster to some extent, or has it lived up to the hype that the last 2 years of him chasing the belt has brought? That's I guess what I'm getting at. And he's had a lot of great matches. Like, there's no doubt he had a lot of great matches. And I guess the question is like moments. Is there any, aside from, again, it was pre-WrestleMania moments, all the Rock and all that stuff and all his Romans. So like post WrestleMania 40 as champion, aside from, again, the SummerSlam, which was WrestleMania 2.0, what can we take away from his title? That's the reason when Cena says mediocrity, like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like it plants that seed to me. It's like, people have said on the internet, like, hey, like, is this reign hasn't been what people expected? I think it's been great, but I don't think, again, when in terms of moments as champion,
again,
a defining moment as champion, not winning the belt in WrestleMania 40, post winning the belt.
What pay-per-view was it when him and KO had that crazy match and the Alabama Slam, and then it was the ladder match, and he went and won and that's why KO and Sammy started.
Yeah, okay.
Like, then we were like, and then we were worried that he was going to be the one to turn heel.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of hoping. Like, maybe that would have been the moment.
Is there,
and maybe it's still to come. But maybe that's not.
I'm going to hold, because I have a theory, but I'll hold it for more predictions.
But I don't know. Let us know in the chat, like, as I raise that question, do you think the title reign post, I'm saying he won the belt Mania. So from Monday Night Raw post WrestleMania 40 till now, that's the question. Because it's been posed before, but now John Cena's throwing it out there on live TV about Cody Rhodes being mediocre. Do you think his title reign as champion is lacking in moments, needs more? That's my question to our audience here. Nikki, you say what? It's been good, bad. How would you overall? You did great.
I already said I liked Cody's thing.
ABC.
I'd give it a B+.
All right, that's fair.
Again, the only thing that maybe even doesn't bring it like an A for me is just like when he tag teamed with Roman on my, sham birthday mania. But no, I don't think it's mediocre at all.
it's just an interesting topic to discuss. So the promo goes on for another few minutes, and let's get to the end, and then we'll get or do you want to read through?
Do you want to talk about the promo?
Yes.
This is the segment went 22 minutes. Again, of course, they're chanting and all that stuff. But like our friend here said, it was 8 Mile. The back and forth, and Cody talked about it. He's like, everyone's afraid of you on the mic, and I'm not. And I worry because again, like when John Cena came back and fought Roman, whatever time it was, he's like, they brought me back because you can't do your job. And then again, going back to all this stuff with, him and Bray going into the Firefly Funhouse match. Again, burying this, like putting them down. And I love that he kind of like Cody actually had like probably the strongest comeback towards a John Cena promo we've seen in a while. And I also liked that because my complaint was the past 2 Raws, Cena was just like, you people. I was like, I just don't want to hear a heel promo that's just like, you people. And then it's like, Cody was like, why, John, why? And then I feel like John Cena finally gave a why that sort of made sense. And it's like, I've been so great that they handed the heartbeat of the WWE to my chauffeur. He's like, you stole the blueprints and you think you can run the kingdom. That's my why. You're an errand boy that got lucky. And then he also calls him a Nepo baby and calls him a fan and tells him all this other stuff. And then Cody, I don't know if you want to mention anything of that top part, but then I love when Cody's comeback.
The very end?
No, before. I know you want to get to the boss race.
No, go. You are narrating.
But I just like, again, I just feel like this finally, again, I know everyone's excited to see a heel Cena fight and Cody Rhodes and Cena. To me, again, your promo puts the butts in seats. This finally got me really excited about this match. And then Cody goes, maybe I am chosen, but I was chosen by them. Can you say the same? You were chosen by a man in the office that isn't here anymore. We don't talk about him. He's like, I'm a wrestler like my father before me. If anyone's a company creation, it's you. You have more dick in your promo than in your jorts. I like that. Like, I just felt like a back and forth promo when John Cena's don't usually sound like that. And then he actually brought up The Rock, which again, since the heel turn, no one's brought up The Rock. So I'm glad that was brought up. And then Cena came back with I worked 100 times harder than you. No one is worthy of putting me down. So like I did it myself. And that's when he goes into line. I make empires for billionaires. All you do is take money from their kids. And then you can go into what you want to do. Again, I thought it was an incredible promo. I've watched this probably 3 or 4 times at this point. It sold me on the match. I loved Cody's comebacks because again, I feel like John Cena always dominates a promo, and like fucking, I don't like Austin Theory, but that poor little pickle got destroyed in every single promo for weeks before Mania. He won, and it did nothing for him. Like that, you think having a program with Cena at Mania would do something for your career? It didn't. Vince or not, that poor pickle. So I love this actually. 2 high-level caliber champions, wrestlers, people that can cut a promo. This felt like a WrestleMania, like, oh yeah, this is why it's the main event. So I'm passionate about this promo. Apparently you're not. You can get cherry lip.
No, I loved it. I loved it very much so. Again, I love it very much, but then it gets to the end where you're talking. They've been talking all week for the last 3 weeks, back and forth. Cody Rhodes got kicked in the nuts and punched in the face with his watch, his Rolex. Like, something.
Beat up by Travis Scott.
Yeah, something has got to give.
John, no. Hey, I just want to remind you, in all the time that I have been here and everything I've been through, never once has an audience, never once have they chanted at me, "You can't wrestle."
Cena went for a cheap shot. Cody hooked him.
And Cody lays out Cena. Or buries Cena, if you want to be a little bit of a play on words there. So, yeah, finally, we get to the point where there's something between the two, right? Like, there has to be some physical interaction since Elimination Chamber to me. Something to build this up. Because I don't know if Cena's going to be there before Mania. I hope he was there at the Raw, the Go Home show before WrestleMania, but like, I don't know. I think what I've heard is that he may not be. So again, build up finally something. So now I guess Cody, I guess they're even. So now we're even 1 for 1. So not as lethal and as bad a beatdown as he had, but
can I play devil's avocado here? This is the part of I love the promo off. I hated this. I told you I did not want them to touch each other till Mania. He hits one crossroads. Cena sells the shit out of it and just lays in the ring for 400 years. But like what Roman Reigns, obviously all the interference with smashes, but 3 crossroads, didn't it take 3 crossroads to do AJ? And it was a bunch of like crossroads.
But AJ's a full timer. John Cena's a part timer who hasn't wrestled in years.
From his winning at Mania till now, it took multiple crossroads to get the job done. This is 1 crossroads before Mania, and he sells it like he's dead.
Maybe it's as lethal. DDTs are lethal, as we'll find out when we go to AEW.
It's just too much. I do love that he did the 2 sweet and Kenny's gun and pointed at the Mania sign because that's just warms my heart. But I don't know. Again, love the promo. Didn't like this. 1 crossroads and he's dead to the world.
Fair enough. Well, I know you don't like it. I love it. We disagree on how.
We disagree on something?
Yeah, we disagree on a lot of things. But so again, as the Cody Rhodes John Cena feud starts to heat up, the actual winner of the Royal Rumble main event, Jey Uso, and his main event, or his
they're not main event.
Non-main event opponent for WrestleMania 41 for the World Heavyweight title. Gunther's finally taken a turn, and now their feud is starting to cut a little bit deeper.
In every verse, candy paint in his brand new hearse. Can't contain him, he knows he works. Fuck this hurts, I won't lie. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Half the words don't mean a thing, and I know that I won't be satisfied. So why try ignoring him? Make it a turn dance for again. Say your prayers and then stop it after they bring that chorus in. I played it out, taking deeper just to throw it away. I played it out, taking deeper just to throw it away. I played it out, taking deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. I played it out. Let's open the big scars. I'll make you face this. I put myself so far. I'll make you face this
Nikki, Gunther, bloodies, Jimmy Uso. Nothing to further along a feud. Nothing like beating up someone's sibling. So, is the feud heating up for you? Are you now getting invested in Gunther and Jey Uso?
This again, I kind of feel like the Cena Cody promo. This finally ramped it up a bit. I just feel like maybe it's just because there's a long stretch between Elimination Chamber and Mania so late this year that I just feel like we've been stretching this out for too long, and then it's like Jay's doing his like crisis of confidence storyline, and like kind of like I don't know, this needed something. And then we got, and again, the image of, Gunther just holding him and Jimmy's just bleeding out. Like, it looks great. But I still worry about this match. Again, it's not main eventing. When's the last time a men's Royal Rumble winner did not close out a show?
It's almost like the same promo with the John Cena's like, I'm here because you couldn't do your job. It's almost like Jimmy Uso's like, I'm in this storyline because the only way to make this seem a little bit more personal is for me to kind of chime in here. It's almost like part of me was like, oh, a triple threat would be kind of cool too. But yeah, like I don't know, but it wasn't. It was, you know, aside from the yeet and like he won the Rumble, it was a great moment. Like there really was no build up.
Yeah, I just feel like
to this feud.
Gunther's just like, I'm better than you, and you know it. I just feel like that's kind of been the thing. And I'm like, I don't know, I feel like it's just a rehash sorts with Sammy Gunther from last year. You're this underdog that everybody loves, but you can't beat me. And then they get a pep talk from KO, and then he beat him. I want them to make Gunther look more vicious. And they finally did, but he did this stupid match with Giselle that I didn't as much as I love Otis, didn't need that match. I'm like, make Gunther look like a killer. Like because we've been watching LFG. Again, we're gonna do an LFG wrap-up show. But when he came out and how he talked to those kids and how he felt about the business, it's just like stone cold killer. Like, why are you not making him look like this? Give me NXT Gunther. Give me the IC champion that reigned for 666 days. Give me and I want what's his face to come back. He should be coming back soon. Ilya Dragunov. Give me that match. I don't know. This was so cool. The visual when he did it, he finally looked like a killer. I'm worried he's gonna lose.
Well, honestly, he attacked him like he's been attacking. Like he attacked Otis and Tozawa the same way. Like he goes away. It's like, all right, I'm done, and then he comes like around the other side of the ring or does something crazy. Like that's how he did this. It's like he did it after the bell, and he gets chased off. It's like, all right, I'm gone, but you're not really gone. And it's like, he's looked so much stronger. Honestly, I think the last like month and change is like he's looked as strong as a champion as he's been since he won the belt. Like I feel like he won the belt, he lost the crown jewel, right? Or the crown jewel when it was the crown jewel title, right, with him and Cody. Like cause he won the belt. Gunther's reign, like right, and like it's just kind of like he's flooded. Like he had a couple of those matches with like priests that were just really Judgment Day oriented. Not less, you know what I mean, where he didn't really look like he won. He just kind of won because of everything going on with that storyline. So now it seems like it's finally all about him, like or Kaiser, like even as Intercontinental.
Yeah,
like,
Kaiser hasn't been around.
So like now it's finally the Gunther moment. So I think the build is going well, better than it did. Now with this, it's a turn, but is it a little too late?
It just feels like as the Rumble winner going up against the champion, I don't know.
Right, yeah. I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Like, how do you feel about this match? How do you feel about the Gunther, Jimmy, or he wasn't doing it. I keep doing it. I can't get it right. Jey Uso feud. Do you feel like the build's there? Do they have enough time in 2 weeks? Huh? Yeah, right. 2 weeks to right the ship and get you a little bit more interested? Because I think this is definitely opening WrestleMania.
I think this will open night 1.
Yeah.
Which is, again, I don't know, someone Google it, but when's the last time a Rumble winner didn't close a Mania?
It never happened. The Royal Rumble winner. This is going to be the first year that Royal Rumble winners would not mean in any WrestleMania.
Well, no, because the early Rumbles wasn't for a title. Like when Hacksaw won it, that wasn't for a thing. Was it? The earliest I remember is Luger Brett. Who the fuck won before Luger Brett? Was it Yokozuna? Did he get one? I need Steven.
Yeah, I think Yokozuna won the year before. Yeah, because they couldn't eliminate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Reese is saying Brock at 37. That was the first post-pandemic WrestleMania. Was this one?
Reese's also saying he'd rather Gunther versus Braun Breaker.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
That would have been more fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe Gunther can lose. Okay. Thank you. I'm racking my brain's not here today.
But yeah, so again, it will be an interesting next couple of weeks. At least it heated up enough to the point where I think, we're kind of, definitely more invested in it than we were. Nikki, any last, as we know there's more, it wasn't exactly the main event. We know I almost called it the triple threat match, but it's going to be a triple threat match. We know it's going to be with Rhea, Io, and Bianca in the main event. But we're going to kind of skirt that a little bit. If you want to talk about it, give us a call in the end of the hour, and we'll talk a little bit more about that build if you want to talk about really anything wrestling. But, Nikki, anything else on your Raw takeaways?
Do you want me to talk about... I'll say this very briefly, and we can move on. We know this is going to be a triple threat between Rhea, Bianca, and Io. Why do we have to do this convoluted bullshit of you're in the match, no, you're not in the match, but if you win this way, if you do that thing, but Bianca the thing, and they're all disqualified? It feels, I was telling this to you, it feels like Kofi Mania again, when like Xavier Woods had to win a match, and then Big E had to win a match, and like his mom had to win a match, and something else needed to happen, and the stars needed to align. Like, you know what the end goal is. Why do we have to go this convoluted way? Just get to the match. Just get to the triple threat. It's going to be a good triple threat.
Seats. So at least the main event of Bianca and
the three of them and a triple threat sells fucking seats.
It's about selling. Yeah, but they're building towards that. They have to get there. That's the only reason. Yes, we know this, but they need to sell seats in Omaha, Nebraska for Monday Night Raw. I'm just saying.
I'm not.
They have to do it. That's
just
the reason.
Do the thing. Just get to the thing. Do the thing.
Well, Nikki.
And I love my ladies wrestlers. I want to support the women's, but god damn it, it's gonna be a triple threat. Let's move on with our lives.
Yeah.
And I stop high pacing Io. Off my soapbox. Next.
Reese agrees with you that it was terrible booking. Well, from terrible booking on Monday Night Raw to good booking. Let's go. AEW. Let's get into, Nikki, our AEW takeaway. No, T. Kenny did a great job. I thought, again, it wasn't, not a lot of big names in certain points, but I thought the show, at least the first hour change, was really, really good. So I'm really excited, but we'll get to the big takeaway for us, because again, you open the show with, I was really happy, your world champion, your two biggest stars, arguably, on the men's side, Jon Moxley and Swerve Strickland, and they're starting to cut deep on their own feud as well.
Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I'm still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire turned. I will let you down. I will make
Nikki, it's getting personal.
Real glass.
Well, that's actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, because that's part of the reason and the inspiration tonight. Because
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I figured I'd be fancy, a little bit of real glass.
Real glass.
Launching and then crushing
Real glass.
the
Go cry
abdomen.
me a river.
Oh my god. I thought originally when this was announced, I thought this would actually close the match or close the show. Obviously, I get why this didn't close. I agree with Reese in the comments about Marina, but overall, I'm just so just used to WWE's mixed tag matches that it's like as soon as like the girl gets into the ring, the guy has to go run away, or when the guy gets in the ring, the girl has to run away. I like that this is actually like men wrestling women and like the vice versa, and then Willow and you and I have such mixed feelings about Willow. I want to like her, but you're just
she's thrown in a little bit more after that powerbomb.
I mean, the powerbomb was incredible.
She's like
She's
Bailey.
She's sugary.
She's
You just
so
what
sugary
did Booker T say on LFG? You gotta dirty it up. Like I want her to be a little more aggressive, but like again, there's certain spots that were like that were really fun and really cool, and then it's like then they missed Willow pushing John off the ring apron to the table.
Yeah.
Completely like way to go.
It was a great match, and then we're like, just if you missed one little spot. But
but no, I agree with you that like, I want to see more out of Marina so much because John makes her seem like she's this again how I feel Gunther like this fucking killer, and she's not going in for the kill as much as I want her to. I feel like she hits and wrestles the boys again. I wanted her. Again, she's no problem. Like I'm going to stomp on the guys. I wanted her to be more aggressive with Willow, and Willow more aggressive. Everyone be more aggressive. But again, fun spots, some sloppiness. But again, it was a fun opener. Yeah. Again, I wish WWE did this more with their tag matches. Like I'm not again to a certain extent. Again, Attitude Era baby, but to me, and I wasn't like, oh my god. Like we were talking about that, like, oh my god, Jon Moxley hit the Death Rider on Willow, but it's just like, it's a DDT. Like women can take a DDT.
Well, they sold that she had an injured or repaired neck, or whatever it was. But like they hinted at both men like doing a move on it earlier in the match, and then finally it's an accidental situation where Swerve hits the house call on Marina, and that's what apparently sets Mox over the edge to where he eventually hits the paradigm shift when he lifts him up, right? And
when he's a face, it's the paradigm shift, isn't it? And then when he's a heel, it's the Death Rider. Because they called it, and when he's in New Japan, it was always the Death Rider.
No, then
someone will correct me, I'm sure, but I thought
or the Dirty Deeds,
done dirt cheap. But again, like Marina took the house call, no problem, and then Willow takes a DDT, and then it's like Dr. What's his face is coming in to check on her.
Yeah.
Again, like she sold it amazing. Like I agree with you. Great spot, but again, it's just like I don't.
Right, and then we get.
But I'm just saying, like I wish like WWE did their mixed tags. Like I really liked the match, despite all the things, but I wish WWE kind of follow this a little bit.
Well, ultimately, it leads towards the end of the night, and it closes. So it bookends the night, right? Beginning and end, which I think World Championship should. And you see Swerve getting powerbomb. I guess it's a cool powerbomb because he crosses his arms, I guess, like Claudio does. And
I just love anything Claudio does. Claudio forever.
You do.
Creepy. So creepy.
But he gives him that lovely powerbomb that Claudio does onto the glass, and Swerve gets up and smiles.
God, he's so I want him. If he doesn't win on Dynasty, I'm going to say this on our Sunday show. If he doesn't win in Dynasty, I'm going to be really fucking pissed. He just, to me, like, when he gets up and laughs, and this was like the closing shot of the show, that he looks like a crazy person. He looks like, to me, I know we had like a bit, people in AEW just look like guys. Like, to me, he's a star. I love Jon Moxley. I am so sick and fucking tired of Jon Moxley. Like, go away, put the belt on. I want Swerve to come out in his fur coat and have the belt and Prince on and dance around the ring. Like, that's what I want. I wanted so much more for these Death Rider things, and him and John and Marina had matching pants on, super cute. I just really want him to win.
Reese said he loved how Willow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I agree with him. Like, she sold him incredibly.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, I mean, it was a great start and finish, I thought, to Dynamite. The other takeaways that I do have is, I want to talk about is, we're going to see a couple matches as the Owen Hart tournament comes along, and we'll talk about the men's in just a second because there's a wild card in there that we want to talk about. But Harley Cameron is Harley Cameron becoming not only I can't say that word. Ventriloquist act to me is hysterical. She to me reminds me of what Toni Storm was doing with the timeless gimmick on a little bit lesser scale, and could have that same spark to take her to that level. I didn't see any of the, and again, we haven't watched Collision when Rampage was around, and I'm sure she was on that a decent amount. Like, we didn't watch that enough. Mikey, if he's around, our friend from the Biconic podcast, I know he watches all that stuff, and I'd love to hear his opinion on it. But like, to me, in the short time that she's been on TV, I've loved what she's done. I think she could be in the next breakout star.
She is.
For AEW.
And again, she's just to me so versatile. Again, her doing I'm not gonna be able to say it now. I'm just gonna say Puppet Monet because the B word's not gonna come out. She like does that fun comic bit, and then I don't remember it was before the last pay-per-view, but it was whenever Dynamite. She was like backwards on the chairs, and she was like, when she started like rapping. And then she got like, or she was like doing like the fun cute gimmick, and then she went super serious. Like, I feel like she has such a range, and I feel like they should have put that belt on her when they were in Australia. I do think she's a star.
Boat says Puppet Monet is still more over than real Monet.
Yeah, I think again, I'm watching. Almost said it. Mercedes and Harley on the screen. My eye goes to Harley. Like, I feel like she's more interesting. I don't know. I think she has a lot of range and can do a lot of stuff. And I'd rather see her cut promos and see her on my TV doing all this wacky stuff or being super serious like she was in that promo than Mercedes. Again, Mercedes does nothing fucking.
Reese is agreeing, said she has natural charisma to beat Harley Cameron feud with Sky Blue when she runs.
I know. Oh, Kyle Fletcher was on some podcast because he and Sky Blue are partners that said that like kind of alluded to that she should be coming back soon, and that he's been like working out with her and getting her ready and stuff. So I really like Sky Blue too. I wonder if like they'll keep her as that heel gimmick, but like I don't want to go off my Sky Blue.
It's in your head. So Harley feels like everything Emma should have been interesting. I don't know, Emma. Like Emma.
No, because NXT Emma was so different.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Than what actually came up, and then she was just like the haha girl.
And you're not calling really. We'll talk about that.
No, I see.
Yeah, but we're talking more about that. So the other thing is talking about the women's Owen Hart, which it seems like we're headed towards the Harley Cameron Mercedes Moné match coming. But on the men's side, there will be a wild card. So my question to you is, who will be the wild card? Or who do you want? Because again, like the forbidden door is always presumably open. So who could be the wild card in this Owen Hart men's tournament to face Hangman Page in, I guess, is it the opening round?
That is opening, yes.
Yeah, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I feel like, and I'm not mad at it because I know AEW does a bazillion tournaments and brackets and stuff. This is a smaller Owen that we've seen in the past.
I like. Well, King of the Ring was 8. Always 8. I feel like it was always 8. So it seems. I don't know. To me, so who's your? Do you have a?
I think everyone in the speculation station is Josh Alexander.
Yeah, he has signed there, so he's got to make a debut. But then do you debut him to lose? Because I think Hangman's winning this whole thing. And Reese agrees. He said Josh Alexander or Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett would be.
Oh,
Jarrett would be.
Girl. Because then we have that Hangman Jarrett match that we've wanted, or just me and Tom from Cultaholic wanted. Oh my god! If it's because there was this whole thing last year that Owen was his best friend and he wanted to be in the thing and blah blah blah.
Ooh, Steve also said MJF said he
The one that you just announced him though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The MJF gimmick's always that he shortcuts his way to everything.
True.
So that wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
A terrible way for him to kind of get. I don't know.
Would MJF kind of put over Hangman? Didn't he beat Hangman in their no? Or did he win? I don't. Everything's blending together.
Yeah, like that's why I want. Well, and MJF could do it in the issues that he's having with the Hurt Syndicate could be they hurt people. You know, that could come his issues with Bobby Lashley that arose on Dynamite, where he said, you know, business is good with them together. So maybe that could be the way. Like Lashley's like, "I'll screw this guy, and then I'll screw him out of the title." That could be a possibility on that front. I don't know. It's interesting to see. The last takeaway that we'll have for AEW this week is they've teased it for a little bit now. There's friction between FTR. Do you want to see FTR break up?
No, you know how many FTR shirts I own? No, I love FTR forever.
And what is the benefit if they do? Do you see a benefit if they do? Can either Dax
forever. I do like when he was going on that singles run for a little bit. I believe when Wheeler was picked up, and he called him Dan on the promo. I was like, oh my god, they're using names.
Well, they're hinting towards them potentially breaking up. So, is that beneficial?
No.
AEW's tag division, once highly renowned, you talk about now they're both in WWE. The Lucha Brothers were there. You know, it's Santana and Ortiz when they were together there. You had obviously the Young Bucks. Who else?
Like FTR is a legit tag team. It's not two guys thrown together. Sorry, Big Bill and the Bad Apple, or whoever else they shoved together.
How dare you refer to Big Bill, the Big Apple? That's what they should be.
No, it's Big Bill and the Bad Apple.
Yeah, but they should be the Big Apple.
Oh, goodness.
Come on. That is not a... We're Ed. You know that's a good one. Ed. When you call it... Wait, New Catch Republic returned. So, listen. We love our plays on words. I'm saying. The Big Apple. The Big Apple. That's going to be their new nickname.
No, I don't want them to break up. Again.
And he did the New York Minute thing. Why wouldn't they be the Big Apple as a tag team? That's brilliant. But I can still throw that out there. Again, so my thoughts too are I don't want to see either because the tag division is so weak in AEW. It suffered so much. And Reese is putting in the chat here, and I got to give you a lot of credit for this, Reese, because when I was watching your show earlier,
he ran upstairs and was like, this is what Reese said. Oh my god.
This is actually a really good theory that FTR versus Cope and Cage and all that, because at least that could be something, and I agree with you, Reese. And Colin will chat because I think this could be one of the things that could help save the AEW tag division. Because putting Edge and Christian, I'm calling Edge, screw Coke, I don't care. Edge and Christian together and keeping FTR together, you have two established tag teams, two of the greatest tag teams of all time. You bring back the Bucks, you can hopefully build up other tag teams so that your division, which was the best in professional wrestling at one point in time, can be built back up. I love this idea. See, Ed loves it. Ed loves the Big Apple. See, it's over as fuck.
His second one's better. The Big Apple versus Cold Brew.
Yes,
forever. Book it.
Ed, you better get
forever
that Cold Brew. What was his name?
Cappuccino Jones.
You really need to get after him about like copyright infringement on your gimmicks. Because you definitely thought of that first. But Ed, I know that we'll get to it. Your new gimmick. I know your new gig. So we'll get to it. Join the Apple Corps. But yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to see FTR break up? It seems like the consensus in the chat is relatively.
I just got their new shirt.
Hell no.
No, because Pro Wrestling didn't tease us, I think, and it's like 1 hour only. You can buy this special shirt. I'm like, FTR, okay. And I bought it. I'm bad at buying. I have too many wrestling shirts. Anywhoosies.
Well, Nikki, let's put a little bow on AEW for.
I think we're going to talk about this all again.
Yes, we are back here, actually. A little fun reminder. With Dynasty being Sunday evening, we're back here on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, previewing right before they go live the event and making our predictions, where I'm going to be perfectly undefeated, and Nikki will probably be like 4-4. Or whatever. Well, he'll probably have 14.
We tied for Revolution. We tied for Revolution.
I know, but this time there will be no tie.
And it's just because I went with my heart, went for the Outrunners, even though I knew they weren't going to win and beat the Hurt Business. But sometimes we have to pick opposite to make this more fun because I have to debate you every step of my life.
Yes.
Every way.
No, yeah. That's why we're here. So make sure you join us again. If you want to talk more AEW, you can call in tonight and we'll talk a little more AEW. But again, we're talking high detail, heavy detail of AEW Dynasty pay-per-view on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But Nikki,
yes,
let's get into it. Smackdown.
Go.
And the big announcement of the week.
Woo!
We talked about it earlier. Both Royal Rumble winners will not be main eventing WrestleMania this year, but there will be a first-time main eventer at WrestleMania this year.
I know what you're looking for, and it's in there. You're closing the show at WrestleMania. You get to live your dream of all dreams. CM Punk, you are a WrestleMania main eventer.
Get yourself someone that looks at you like Paul Heyman looks at CM Punk. The kiss and the hug and the snuggle was just like, I felt, and I was just saying to Nick, I was like, it felt so, this moment felt so real and so genuine that obviously that's what he's wanted for so long. That's sort of the reason why he came back, and him is actually being a Paul Heyman guy in real life. And I just feel like this moment, I'm just like, oh, yeah.
I love you. But yes, CM Punk will headline WrestleMania. So the question is, do you agree? Because it's not for the WWE or World Heavyweight title. It's not the Royal Rumble winner.
So I can talk myself either way of this. Obviously, 3 huge mega stars. How do you not have the main event? And I don't necessarily think that every storyline needs a belt to go after. Do it. I don't think. I don't know, but I feel like what are you saying? Like, finish the sentence, Nicole. I'm all over the place.
Steven threw you off with it. I do with you, Fredo. Then Reese, everyone's getting probably close for something a little bit more. Reese, you know what? You're bringing us back to.
Honestly, because then, like, looking at the other storylines, like, thinking back, should one of the women's match close? They totally convoluted with Io, Rhea, Bianca. I feel like that had a chance to main, but you made it so fucking convoluted. And I don't know if there's enough, if they would trust Tiffy enough, even though I love her, to have Charlotte Tiffy main.
Right.
I don't think that's there. And then again, your other champion, Jey, versus Gunther, I don't know, like we were just saying, if that has enough stank on it, or enough going into it to main event.
Settle down, Mickey James.
Put some stank on it.
But, so to your point, I think you're getting like star power. We're talking about star power. So you have the
I think there's so much
3 of the 5
storyline in there.
Cut you off, but 3 of the 5 biggest names in WWE. Like, you have Punk, who's a Hall of Famer. You have, well, there are 2 Hall of Famers. Already 3 Hall of Famers.
3 Hall of Famers.
Right? And for all of them were former world champions, multiple time world champions. So in household names, like Roman Reigns is known, CM Punk's known, even outside of the wrestling world to some extent, right? Both of them are or could still be known by people, right? The average, the casual fan. And I think that's what, when you talk about the big, at least WrestleMania, especially in SummerSlam, the big two, that's what WWE looks for, is who's going to put the most butts in seats. Was that Undertaker? Whoever said it on LFG. But like, and to me, yes, these three are the biggest names with or without the title to do that. I mean, yeah, Cody, you put, aside from Cody Rhodes, who's the biggest active full-timer name, or well, like, name of what you consider could still go as a full-timer. I think it's Cody Rhodes in terms of popularity, Punk, Rollins, Cody Rhodes, maybe Reigns.
Do you
Punk,
think
Rhodes.
Roman Reigns has something in his contract that he gets to main event Manias? Like, how many fucking Manias has he main evented at this point? Like, we've talked about, we did our March Madness last week, but he's main evented a lot. Is that in his contract? Like, I made creative control. Not gonna work for me, brother. You want me at your Mania? You put me in the main event.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because they made it seem like in that promo that, like, we're not talking about the promo. When Punk comes out and he's flipping through the thing, and then Roman's like, "Oh, it's clause 4, paragraph 5, whatever," and then he's like, "Wise man, explain it to him." And then he was just like, then CM Punk thanked, London, Chicago, Kentucky with the fans, and then Roman was like, "No, you got to acknowledge me, your tribal chief. Like, I'm the reason why this happened." And his promo, the part of the promo earlier when he was talking to Seth, saying like, "I'm the reason wrestling's so big right now. I did all the work. What did you do? I'm carrying the company. I made us appealing to Netflix. Like, it's all me. Like, he's pulling the strings on this." So
that's fair. Well, there's a couple good comments in the chat. So
Jesus, Mary Joseph.
Oh.
Sorry, I just jumped. Okay, we should go in order.
All right, we'll go in order. So this will be the fourth. Steve said this will be the fourth time Seth's been in a WrestleMania match and closed the night at Mania, and none of them have been one-on-one. That's crazy.
Oh, my sweet many people.
Not, I mean,
talking about this is why you're our stat guy, Steven. That is a crazy stat.
Well, talk about some other stats. Moving along, Reese to be his 10th, I think, Roman, right? Mania and 6th main event.
Yeah, 6 is still a lot.
That's a ton. Yeah.
At least it's someone different.
Verifying.
At least it's someone different than Brock Lesnar. My gosh.
Sure.
Again, it was like 3 Brock Lesnar matches and then 2 Cody Rhodes matches. Like, I'm glad we're seeing something different.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's gonna be fun. There's a lot. Obviously, it's the story between Seth and Roman, and then you let CM Punk come in. You let this happen, and then just like, and then
Paul Heyman live, which we will get to.
Tell me
so
where
much more to the
is. I know I'm getting ahead of myself.
But maybe the other big takeaway there's a couple matches listed. They were only listed like 2 hours before we did.
Sorry.
But tonight, the big thing is there's going to be a debut. Rey Fenix.
Which I'm surprised he's Rey Fenix.
Yeah.
I guess
but yeah, Rey Fenix makes his debut tonight on SmackDown.
They changed so many names that I was like,
Phoenix.
I thought it was just gonna be Phoenix because of Rey Mysterio and like,
the Phoenix.
But I am excited that he kept his name. I'm excited for this match. I love Lucha Bros. And then they keep saying that like, oh, it's Penta's brothers. So I'm thinking after Mania they're gonna put them together. But I don't know, I go back and forth of who I like in the ring better. And just by like a smidgel, like I think Rey's a little better in the ring. And if the rumors they're putting with him on Andrade, I think there's gonna be a crazy lucha match.
He's also a little bit smaller and more agile.
Yes.
One
of
the reasons why he's
Penta's definitely bigger.
Big meaty men.
I'm not mad at it. But no, I'm excited. I think he's gonna have like a program or whatever they do with like LA Night.
Yeah,
I think he'll be
and watch Lucha Underground. You'll love them both. Yeah,
agree. No, I do love them both, but I just feel like by like a smidgy. I'm just maybe even thinking of like him and AEW, just like a smidge. Again, I love them both. I want them to be like put the tag belts, give them all the tag belts, give them all the belts, all the things.
Do all the.
James,
you want me to go?
Okay. But no, I'm excited about this. I think they're doing Penta real good. That I think that they'll do Ray good. If that makes sense. Because again,
Yeah.
I love the
Reese
presentation.
thinks it's Andrade. Get out of catering and lose, jump back in to catering.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like that mid card, like poor Andrade. I don't know. I wanted him to go.
I think Andrade is just going to be just that catering being like,
Ordered a jalapeno burger, a chicken fried steak sandwich, a chili cheese dog with extra onions, French fries, tater tots, washed it down with 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita, and a Bloody Mary.
great way to start a match.
Well,
We're just saying, I see people saying Ray Phoenix is better than Penta. I don't see it.
again, it's by like a smidgy. I don't know. Maybe his opponents in maybe just the one-on-one matches in AEW. I think he had better one-on-one matches. Maybe it's just the opponent or how Tony was feeling that night. I don't know. Again, I love the both of them. I'm hoping after Mania they have all the belts.
No, that's fair. Well, no,
It's just like in a small dick. Damn it, I love you immensely.
no. So, yeah, it was an interesting one, but we'll see shortly how he makes his debut. I expect it's probably about the 9 o'clock, well, midway through the show that Penta will probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's opening.
Will make his debut, but yeah, we're interested to see. But Nikki, it's just about that time. We're a little bit into the 7 o'clock hour, so you know what that means. It's time to open up the phone lines for our call-in show. So, as you said, the link is in the chat now, because apparently, as people have been writing the chat or the link in the description is a little fumbled. So, put your name. It takes you to the StreamYard link. Click the link. It's in the chat. Put your name, whatever you want us to call it. Sorry, I'm a little off.
No, you're fine. I just was like, hello. Is it me you're looking for? A little Richie for you guys. Sorry.
Nikki.
I heard myself up. Sorry, it's been a weird week. I'm on real weird energy today. I apologize.
Yeah, you need to do something.
Cut it out. Get out of here.
One more time.
Cut it out. Get out of here.
Jeez. Lady. It's crazy. Crazy ladies all over the place. But we will open up the phone lines. Nikki.
Yes.
As I like to say, my little blondie, hit the snare. You're phenomenal at the drums. I'm.
You don't even know.
And like you change your image with the backwards Fred Durst hat to do it too.
I know.
Really
I didn't do my hair today, so this is what's happening. Keep rolling, baby.
So Nikki,
yes,
let's open it up with a regular.
Yes.
Haven't heard from him in a while, but he's been in the chat chiming in. We need to know what's in his head.
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Hello, friend.
What's going on, Ed? Welcome back in.
It's been a little while.
A long time no see.
You are?
What are you drinking? What are you thinking, sir?
Just drinking water, my friends. Gotta stay hydrated. It's important.
That Coyote Ugly drop is coming at some point.
Who's what now?
That Coyote Ugly drop.
And it's like,
you ever watched that movie?
do we serve water in this bar? Hell no. And then they squirt a water gun at him.
I actually haven't seen that movie.
I mean, you're missing Tyra Banks at her best.
It was.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Tyra Banks at her best was when she was yelling, "We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you."
Don't get me started on
Like
Tyra.
to me, that's peak Tyra.
Yeah, but that was real life. This is acting Tyra.
Yeah, that's fair.
I gotcha. All right. It's fair.
Hey,
I hear you.
Before we get started,
Nick.
I just want to congratulate you. Because your new gig, I know you had a side gig for a while, but this has taken over as the manager of the newest, because they're back. They're back, baby. And they need a mouthpiece. Let's go. New Tech Republic. Let's go.
The Three Amigos!
With their disapproving manager.
Holy shit.
They disapproves of all of their activities. And this is the most over gimmick. I'm convinced of this.
I mean, listen, tell me I'm wrong. Like you just throw the censor bar over there. They look like the most naked people to ever exist.
Let's do it again.
The Three Amigos!
Tyler Bate is the most naked man.
Nikki just realized there's the Three Amigos. Bringing back 90s drop movies. We're bringing them all back.
Listen,
they are now classics.
Listen, I need the Nude Catch Republic versus the Big Apple versus Cold Brew.
Oh, triple threat.
I need that, and then I don't want to hype the crowd up too much, but I do need Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus 2008 Jungle Pack. I need this. Nikki, you're laughing. Did you not know that former Death Triangle member, current Death Rider Pack used to go by Jungle Boy Pack?
I did read the Wikipedia.
Interesting.
This is a real thing. He was Tarzan.
Yeah.
He wrestled on the same card as the Ultimate Warrior's last match.
No, I thought you were gonna say Jane.
No, I wish that would have been great. Yeah, there was a 2008 it was like New Gen Wrestling or something like that in 2008 in Spain. The show was main evented by the Ultimate Warrior and everybody's favorite Orlando Jones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was post TNA Orlando Jones. He wasn't squirting sunscreen all over himself, wearing caution tape.
Yeah,
just me. Am I the only one watching TNA at that point?
You probably.
Oh my god.
To be fair, you probably.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
What?
Sorry, no, go on. No, it's Ed's time. I will say it after our conversation with Ed.
I would say no. Go for it.
No, because on Facebook has your memories thing. It's when Austin Aries debuted in NXT, and I was like, wearing my dirty heel shirt, running around my living room, so excited. I'm like, that aged poorly.
I forgot he was even in NXT.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Selena.
Listen, when you said that now, I completely forgot he existed.
I saw my post, and I was like, I don't know who that shirt is.
I was gonna say where's he at? But,
the tag team between Aries. That's when I started watching when I was dying in Philly, and I was watching. It was their reign as the Dirty Heels, and then he did the briefcase thingy-maroo. But that's really the only huge pocket. Besides now with obviously our favorite Joe Hendry, but that's when I was watching.
Yeah, you're
aged poorly.
Yeah, I mean, and that was like another resurgence for them.
Warrior versus Orlando Jordan.
How dare you say that about Orlando Jordan?
It's a great.
The greatest member of the cabinet.
I forgot he was in this.
Yeah, because it was like JBL, him and what's her face.
Yeah, it was the chicks.
He got the thing licked off her.
Oh yeah. Jillian.
Yeah, there you go.
And the Bashams.
Oh yeah, that was probably the most of the Basham. And now Danny
bald guys with goatees. Come on, nobody's doing it like them.
Yeah, now Danny Basham's with friend of the show, Al Snow.
Yeah, he's the leather guy.
Raise my hands.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Ed, sorry,
we went on a detour. What are you thinking?
I haven't been watching too much of anything really. Like I was just watching because I've been out of the country. A lot of what I was watching was just the clips for Raw the past couple of weeks. Is John Cena putting on like some of the best character work of his career?
Was not a Cena fan. I'm really liking these promos. Like I just feel like it feels so different.
Like, and some of it's true because you can see him kind of relax, and he has that little bit of a, he's got that bit of like, okay, he's letting himself loose, and then pulls back into character, and it's like, oh, this feels bad. Like even like him shitting on that kid for a good couple of minutes was incredible. Like the love of my life, who was not a wrestling fan, was even like, wow, he fucking shit on that kid.
That sounds
that kid loved it too. He was just like, I get it.
He's like, he's still my hero.
He made my life
so good.
He made me. The kid probably fainted. Like he probably gets like, I don't know.
It's like you're still my hero, but you're a piece of shit.
Right. But like, so where do we go now? Because like, the idea is normally keep the two guys apart until the big show. Like don't have them touch, and Cody just fucking steamrolled him. What do we do? Is this now like because Cena was saying he wasn't going to change? You get nothing. Good day, sir. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. Are we actually getting like a different Cena this now? Is he gonna stop with the jorts and the shirt and the hat?
He's gonna say
and good night, bang.
Listen,
Cody did to him.
Wrestling's greatest what ifs, the cleaner John Cena. I want Cena coming out in a big like ramen noodle wig. those awful airbrush tights. This is incredible.
Well,
you get them, this is bad.
Well, Ed, I got an interesting email. Apparently, for SummerSlam this year, I got a press release sent to me that John Cena is going to be part of a promotion for the drumsticks. Remember those ice cream drumsticks?
Oh yeah. They're called Noggers in
interesting
in Ireland, I believe.
Yeah, so they're going to be part of WrestleMania and SummerSlam. He's going to be part of that promotion.
I mean, interesting.
Because there's nothing I think more than when I'm eating ice cream than John Cena
or John Cena heel turn. Ice cream.
I thought you were going to say like there's nothing you think of more than when you're thinking of John Cena is ice cream, and I was going to be like, how dare you? I think Trish Stratus because she had that route and that ice cream truck for that one SummerSlam promotion.
Oh my god,
man! We're throwing back.
I'm going back to like 2002 SummerSlam. I don't remember this. Like, she just shows up and she's like, "Anybody want some satisfaction?" And a bunch of like 30-year-olds are running away from their wives and like jeeting their kids across the street to get to Trish, and it's just tits out. That's her route, all right. Like that's what she does in her off time when she wasn't wrestling. I don't know how many chipwiches can a man get?
Fair enough. Ed, what else you got for us?
I mean, listen, I'm joking about it, but like, I watched the Jungle Boy Pack or Jungle Pack or whatever his name was versus Supernova from 2008. Holy shit, was it good? I'm not even sure who Supernova was. Like, I'm not sure if he's still wrestling now, but it's just like some luchador.
That's my. His name is Mike something. Yeah.
So not
Simon Dean.
Not Simon Dean. It was this is some luchador named Supernova. Jungle Pack takes like the cleanest, sickest looking top rope Hurricane Run I've ever seen.
I still feel like I don't know. He's I get it, he's a great wrestler, but he always feels just like an extra guy.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, it's one of those things, WWE was doing what they could. Like he was huge in NXT. And then they fumble him in the main roster, but that's everybody's story from that era of NXT. And then he was just a guy in AEW, and he's still just a guy.
But 205 Live heel turn from him before he lost the belt to Enzo. I love that. I love him being that moody.
Yeah, the like, I'm never gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna hit the top rope because you think all these moves are cool. I don't want you to cheer me. I'm just gonna tear the person in front of me apart. Totally works, especially because like that guy was 205 pounds, but he looks like he's 300 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he should be able to tear everybody apart. Like it was perfect for that show. But like having Enzo be the guy to beat him, holy shit!
I think that's why he. I think that's the nail in the coffin of why he left.
I mean, I don't blame him, but like, holy shit, is it good? This guy can't even throw a punch without hurt himself. Like,
yeah, well, that goes back to the same, the whole Shawn Michaels mentality of like charisma sells seats and like Hulk Hogan is terrible in the ring.
He's terrible as a person. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
And he sold a bunch of tickets. That guy sucks. Fuck that guy.
In Hulk Hogan's mind, he is not terrible. It wasn't his fault.
Now, I will admit, I heard a couple boos smattered across the crowd, and I'll be honest, I had no idea the people in LA hated Jimmy Hart the way they did. They took one look at him with his stringy hair, stupid sunglasses, and the way he was half-assed waving that flag around, and I should have expected it.
Daddy! Jimmy Hart. You guys, speaking of Jimmy Hart, you guys ever see that image of him done up as Billy the doll?
No.
Saw. Yeah, it's terrifying. It's awful. I hate it.
I don't want to see. I do not want to see that. Do not Google that. Don't.
I'll see if I can find it. I'll shoot it to you guys later. It's awful.
No.
Yeah, he'll make sure that you see it.
No, thank you.
I will make sure that she sees it too.
Yeah, thank you.
Holy shit! I mean, when I guess the other big thing since I've been out is the Moxley spot.
Wait.
Oh, the plane spike.
Yeah, him getting hit with Janice.
Oh yes. This has been a few weeks since you. Yeah. It's been talked about a lot, and actually, RVD came out the other day. I don't know if he ran it, but like RVD was like, I don't think I want to associate with AEW anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I got nothing for that. But I also don't know like what they're doing at all. Like why you were saying before, why break up FTR? Like you could run that team forever because they're that good.
Yeah.
But like I remember reading though that like I don't remember what his name is now, but I'm just gonna call him FTR Bald.
Jax.
Thank you, because I'm like I was gonna call him Dawson, and I'm like that's wrong.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like it's one of those things. Like I remember either he said it on his short-lived podcast or he said it in some interview that like he could wrestle forever, and FTR Gunn was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this.
FTR Gunn. Wait,
that's Wheeler.
He should be. So one should be FTH. Forgot the hair.
Because he used to be FTR hair until the gun charges.
And then the other one should be and the other one actually should be FTR. Forgot the razor.
I'm not mad at this. But yeah, it's one of those like, okay, so is this the split so the one can retire and then the other one just has a singles run? Does anybody want to see that? I mean, I agree with you guys. I'd rather see them like use this as a ploy, and then we get Edge and Christian versus FTR. I also don't really understand why you would do that, especially after like the go fuck yourself thing, or at least you're gonna have them like reconcile. But like we see the Hardys wrestle now. Like, do we want that? Do we want 50-year-old Edge and Christian?
Well, so here's the thing. So the reconciliation, I think
it's too soon to me.
For that, yeah.
Has that ever stopped AEW from anything?
No. But to that point, they just did it with Street Profits, like less than 6 months. Definitely less than 6 months.
That went on for 4 years of them willingly.
And then they finally like this is it, and then they won the belts. So like maybe is this their way of getting the belts back on FTR? Like we'll break up until we figure it out, and this is it. We move on. They win the belts, and now I just think at this point in time, the tag division, like when you talk about like Lucha Brothers are there, you had Santana and Ortiz there, the Bucks were there full time, right? Like there were so many tag teams in that division that elevated, and you watch AEW for the tag division, and now it's like, I can't. Everyone's thrown together. It's like worse than almost worse than WWE used to throw together. As
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely worse than like 08 WWE, and like they had no tag teams. You know what I mean? Everybody was a thrown together guy. Hell, I forgot that. Like, speaking of thrown together tag teams, I don't remember what their names were or like what the name of the team was. But like when Cody was like, "Yeah, I'm a former tag team champion with Drew McIntyre," I was like, "What?" Because I wasn't really watching in that era. So like just that being a thrown together tag team and they were the champs of like, that's right. I'm sorry, the GOATs, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was seriously.
But no, but to what you were just saying, that like I don't know what the hell they're doing with the tag team division, but I could say that as a whole, like, you know, I haven't had the time to actually sit and watch like a full episode of wrestling. But at least we kind of keep eyes on things, right? I'm not even watching the clips of AEW anymore.
Yeah.
Like friend of mine earlier today sent me an Instagram reel of Hangman and Swerve yelling at each other from Wednesday. And he was like, you know, you broke into my house. Well, you burned down mine. Well, you deserved it. I know.
And then Hangman ran awkwardly away.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, are they gonna reconcile now? Are they gonna reconcile? Are they gonna be best friends? Like,
well, that's the thing is they're building towards like Hangman's in the Owen Hart and Swerve's challenging for the title. So like they're building towards that match. It's like if you forgive the guy, then why would you make that match? Because it's going to be less personal. And it should
maybe Hangman doesn't win the Owen.
Or maybe Hangman spirals far. Yeah, maybe he doesn't win the Owen, or maybe he does, but he does it through underhanded means, and now they switch. You know?
Yeah.
But I still don't care. Like, it's Swerve just being like, I know I was a bad person. Like, so now you're just a big baby face now. Like, you're more interesting when you've got edge. He's more interesting when he's got that like crazy look on his face. He's more interesting when he has that crazy look on his face. And Prince Nana's doing the fucking Swerve dance behind him. Like,
yeah. Well, I think again when they ended, that was the last shot of the night with him face like that. It's just like I like maybe I'm like a little more tweensies. I don't know.
Well, they're also building towards. Keep in mind, they're also building towards Dynasty's in Philly. So they've gone like he got put through glass. He got beat with like a wrench.
Whatever that table thing he got thrown into.
Yeah, like Mox has already hit the nails in the back. Like, even though it wasn't Swerve that did it to him, but like, I feel like they're setting up all these spots for like, obviously you're going to be in Philly. It's going to be an extreme rules type of environment. So that's kind of what I'm expecting on Sunday with Dynasty.
I mean, that definitely checks out. Some kind of street fight or Texas, some Philly death match or something. Give me like a Mimosa Mayhem, you know?
Mimosa Mayhem.
You don't remember that match?
I was about to say, like, this is the first time you've heard this.
No. Now
like,
yeah, the orange.
Fucking terrible. Give me Blood Orange. Give me Blood Orange Cassidy. What happened with that? Remember when he was supposed to he was supposed to try? Remember he was supposed to like he was going to drop the whole gimmick because he was going to take the belt off the Mox.
Yeah, well now he's injured. He has time to think about what his name is.
It's time to think about it. Where's Danhausen? Can somebody tell me?
Under the ring.
Yeah.
Listen, I was more interested in Ethan Page showing back up in TNA and like slapping Kazarian in the face.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently, Danhausen is another person that like disagreed with booking or didn't want to do something, and now he's like non-communicado.
Oh, so yeah, so because he was like, I don't know if I want to do this thing. It's a bad idea. Tony doesn't want to play with that toy anymore.
Yeah, basically. It's the same like with I guess with Mirror. I know we were talking about that before. It's just like, oh hey, I want you to do this thing, and it's like, I don't think I should do that thing, and it's like, all right, well fuck you then, and back in the sandbox you go.
Well, listen, Josh Alexander, the next big game changer, going to be a huge shot in the arm for the ratings. I'm telling you.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Absolutely. Nobody knows who the fuck that guy is. Like, I do. He's great. But your average person doesn't care.
Yeah, like no one gave a shit about Speedball.
And I love Speedball.
And I know exactly what you're thinking.
Hated it.
No, it's just one of those things that like they make such a big deal about like every new signing. So like Nick, you said earlier, right? That you're like, Are they going to bring in Josh Alexander as the wild card in the Owen and have him lose in round 1? Yes. That's what they do.
Yeah.
This guy, isn't he great? And then they jabroni him in his first match, and then he goes back to the toy box with you.
Well, that's what I worry about. Yeah, like exactly.
Mhm.
It's like if you build up a guy, that's not the way to build up a guy. So I mean,
Is Ricochet doing anything right now with his new character? Like, at least that was interesting.
that was good, and then they had him just.
No, him and Samantha got married.
Oh.
So I think he's off for a little bit. But he was in that crazy 4-way between, it was like him, OC, where OC got injured, Speedball, and who was the fourth person?
Probably like Mark Davis or Kyle Fletcher or something.
Yeah.
Was it Mark? Maybe was
I
it
think
Mark Davis?
Commander.
Did he get injured? Did they both get injured in that match? No, he got
the hologram.
Mark Davis got injured in the match with Hobbs. OC got injured in this 4-way. I thought it was another. It was another. I don't know what it isn't. Was it Mark Davis? Reese, thank you. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm only. It's not funny. It's not funny. And see, I didn't even watch the show, and I just wrote a bunch of names who it could have been. It's not. Like, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's like they're working the style that like you don't get it. That, this is real graps. It's like no, these guys are hurting themselves constantly. I just want the dumb bollocks where like the guys are making mean faces in their underwear at each other to be fun, and they shouldn't hurt each other. Like Bret Hart has said it. If you're hurting somebody when we're doing this, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, but Ed, before we get your last shot, because you missed it last week, we have our winner for March WrestleMania Madness.
Ooh.
And I want to get your prediction. As a regular, I'm curious on your prediction. So we voted on it, just to get everyone caught up to speed. We had the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour, and it's vote on the main events of WrestleMania, the last matches. We helped with the help of AI, which screwed us up a little bit.
With AI?
Yes. So the final match. So I want to know, what was your all-time favorite WrestleMania main event?
Not to cut you off, but did the AI consider Bret Hart and Yokozuna the main event of WrestleMania 9?
Yes, it did.
It did.
Okay.
I love how the question he asked too, because that was a very debate. Like, we talked about that for a while.
That was a debate. No, it like certain matches. It was like when Taker Shawn didn't main. It had that as a main event, even though that year it didn't main.
Because that was going to be my question. Are either of those matches were either of those matches main events? Because I don't remember.
It was the listed main event is what we went off of. So whatever was listed going into the night, and then some of them we kind of like more because like the Seth Rollins Brock Lesnar one was kind of like it was a second match. So.
Brock.
I was
Roman and then the cash in.
Because I was gonna say like that's hard. So am I guessing what won, or am I just giving you my favorite?
Yeah, just your favorite.
Both.
Well, yeah. I guess that's a good question.
Because like that's hard for me. Because like do I go with nostalgia, and is it Bret Shawn 12? Is it Cody Roman? Because like I was crying just as hard as Samantha Irving was. Are you kidding me? I was like big. This wasn't like big girl. We're at ice cream crying. Like I was really fucking like. And no, and I'm right there with her, like, oh my god, like
yeah. Bam Bam LT went far just because I had all the nostalgia feels.
So all right, so we're gonna get 2 picks from you, Ed. So 2 picks. Who you thought won? Who was voted the winner?
Man, I don't even like. You're asking me to guess like out of 40 main events, like I.
Yeah, no, just throw one out there. What do you
I
think
don't know, man. Was Hogan Andre up there?
It got close. I think it made it to the Elite 8, if I remember correctly, but it did not win. So your final guess for the winner. I'll give you one guess for the winner.
I don't know, because I can't even at this point. I can't even think of any of the main events. I mean, I know it wasn't Triple H Jericho.
No, sir.
That crowd was dead.
Yeah, they were.
So
I don't know. I'll go with Bret Shawn WrestleMania 12.
That's a good one, but no, that didn't make too far. No, the winner was WrestleMania 17.
Oh yeah, duh. That makes sense.
Which was actually our #1 seed, so it made all the way through and didn't get.
Speaking of that main event, Limp Bizkit played a show recently, and as they started playing My Way, somebody fucking queued up the hype package.
Oh my god!
So there's just like a shot of somebody with like the YouTube video doing like this, that like next to the like next to Fred Durst.
Love that.
That's awesome. So Ed, I want to make sure I get this out of you. So what is your favorite WrestleMania main event?
I'm just gonna go with like recency bias, man. The Cody Rhodes Roman was so good. It was so good. It has everything you want, right? It's got the like it's a culmination of not just Roman Reigns' chapter of the bloodline. It's not just Cody finishing his story, but it's also got it's also a huge chapter of the Kevin Steen El Generico story. Like there's so many things intertwined in that, and it's got anything you want, right? It's got tons of storytelling. It's got the star power. It's got the mat wrestling. It's got the real graps. It's got the fucking WWE bollocks. Like it's got the stupid over the top, like the lights go out and the Undertaker's there. You know what I mean? Like it's got all the dumb shit. But at the end, like it's got what like any good art is going to make you feel something, right? The worst thing you can do is be mediocre. Like the worst thing you can do is listen to a song and you're just like, or you walk out of a movie and went, that was okay. I would rather pay my money and walk out of a movie and go, that fucking sucked. Like, or it'd be incredible. Make me feel something. And that made me feel something.
Agreed.
That's fair. That's fair. Ed, well put. Before we let you go, we'll give you, as we always do, your last guy.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan fucking sucks. Fuck that guy.
Touche. Hulk Hogan, you changed it.
I know.
Changed it up on me.
Hogan.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hogan.
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks.
I know, you love this song.
No, I can't hear it because every time I play it, all I hear is Darby.
Getting through some comments. Reese trying to like to say he proudly sweets and posts.
You did. You and Steve. Love, you know.
Becoming a new regular.
Not just me and Nick talking. I want to hear from all of you.
Exactly. Everything I am a match. Yep. Ed made a new friend. Ed and Reese just bonded in the chat.
Friends, making new friends. Making new friends. Making new friends.
And Reese chimes in, if only Vince was smart enough to book Brett versus Austin and Rock versus Hogan as 13, 18 main events, we have the greatest four-way run. Austin 2 and Hart versus H. Yeah. Seriously. All right. So, Nikki, got another record on the line. Are you ready yet?
Mm-hmm.
Keep this train a-rolling. Nikki.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Steven.
Hello, everyone. You're not going to show another picture of blurred out naked guys, are you?
Not unless you want. See it, Steve. That is Ed's new gimmick, and how dare you? He is so proud of his new gimmick.
The Three Amigos.
Oh God.
I didn't need dinner, so it's okay.
Steven.
The Three Amigos.
I like Ed's camera angle whenever he appears because it always looks like his building is like teetering on the edge of a cliff.
Oh my gosh.
Steve, so what are you thinking? What are you drinking?
Oh, where do I begin today? All right, to piggyback off the AEW discussion, boy, don't you? Does Tony? You think Tony wishes he had all his backbenchers that left him back now?
Mm.
You know, all the Miros and the Luchas and Blacks and everybody that I'm guessing he was finally put under duress from above, namely his dad, to just let go. And now with all the injuries, kind of needs him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but so here's the thing: like, if you have the injury, like, if you don't, same thing with like sports, right? If you have injuries and you don't have a person in the right spot, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you're not putting him in the right position to succeed, like, I don't know what he would have done. Like, some of the stuff here, it started off all right, but then it just seemed like it faded. So, like, the way Tony books, it seems like he would have put like Miro in the main event in like giving him like a 6-week push to get him to the main event.
We got the TNT title for a little bit. He had that beautiful custom belt for a hot second.
But like, it's just there's, and I don't want to like because he's been booking. I think he's been booking really well the last couple of weeks. He's had a nice rhythm to what he's been doing. So I don't want to like be overly negative on what's going on. I just think that sometimes he just get like overwhelmed. Like, oh, I got this guy. I'll throw him in, push him to the moon immediately, and then put them in the world title picture to give them relevancy, and then or a title picture period to give them relevancy, and then they lose or it's a mid-card title that they win, can't do anything with for a period of time. And it's like they flutter after literally 3 months. You know, they're even like Camille, like it's like she was going to be a big deal. She could have been a huge deal, and she's like she gets an injury. Like, I know she got injured, but like even the storyline it was building toward potentially her and Mercedes, and maybe the injury expedited that process. But there was no like it's like you get a few weeks in the spotlight and then it just fades.
Yeah.
Go on, Steve, sorry.
Yeah, no, quite all right. Well, I mean, this is all right. AEW looks like it's been showing signs of life, of rebounding. You know, they made, you know, whether this was under duress or whether they finally learned through much trial and error, they made the move to the smaller venues. Okay, great. They're learning. They seem to be picking some things up about production of a TV show, you know, with the shots and the staging and everything. Did you see that? And on that, did you see that shot with Tony Storm getting murked by, I think it was Penelope Ford, and then all of a sudden Penelope appears in the frame?
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, that was really creative. I'm like, okay, yeah, more like that. The booking seems like it's getting a little bit better, and the ratings, at least for now, are a little bit on the upswing. So Tony has the opportunity here to, you know, Tony's always picked up talent or booked talent with, you know, promoting them as if, well, they're already stars, I don't have to build them. No, they're stars to you, Tony. Here's the chance to show, hopefully, that he's learned, that he has to build talent, because he's got a deep roster with not a lot of stars on it, and he can create them. He can start the path now, and he's got 3 months until the All-In card. So he's got the time to do it and actually, you know, hopefully get them spots on the card. And
yeah.
I'm hoping that he's been learning going along the way.
Right. Well, yeah, that's kind of thing. It's like, well, I wonder how much with, and maybe this is a good thing to some extent. Like Jimmy Jacobs, right, was a big part of their booking creative team, right? So how much, he's been gone for a couple of months now, right? So how much of that is Tony learning? Okay, now I have to do this. Maybe there's certain more of a hands-on approach, maybe less of a hands-on approach.
No, he reeled it back. He said that now he used to do all the creative, and then he was having other people help him, and then once Jimmy left, he took it all back. So there is a little more continuity in between the shows. Again, I want we're not 100% caught up on Collision, but I'm like, I want to see Daniel Garcia more. Like that's a star that you should fucking build up. I don't know how I feel
Especially
about
after like they thought he wasn't gonna resign.
and like him and Cole together. I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's got quite a few he could actually start along that path, you know, with the right booking. But instead the trend has been historically, like, oh hey, Kevin Knight's here. It's like, well, who the fuck is Kevin Knight?
Thank you. Because and it's so funny because I got to give him a shout out again. It's a shout out to Mikey, but Mikey and because Mikey was like they did a show on Kevin Knight because I know Mikey follows like the Indies, New Japan, and like way more. And he was so excited. But I was like, again, you're reintroducing me to my American audience or North American audience, whatever. And regardless of where the promotion is, you are new to the promotion. It doesn't matter what you've done anywhere else. And it's kind of like the same thing with like LFG. Like when they have brand new people, like Evander Holyfield's son, Elijah, is in there. And he's like, what is your gimmick? And he's like, like your name. Everyone knows who your dad's, you and your name is. Use that to give you credibility, but then you have to start from scratch here. And that's the idea. It's like everyone maybe has credibility as a wrestler around the world renowned. And that's what WWE does really well. Like they're known, like Penta. He's known around the world as one of the best luchadors. And then you come to WWE and show me.
And then you have a match where he does all his flippy doos and all the great things and give me the destroyers all day. But that's how you'd like have what I'm telling you is the thing with Corey Graves when he talks about machine guns. He's like, this is your favorite tag team. Watch them. And it's like, oh, well, like if DIY loves them, then like I should watch them. And it's just like, that's how you do it. And there's none of that. And it's like, oh, he was at the New Japan JoJo. And like you coming in, like you might not know what that means.
Yes. I like how WWE started with Penta. I mean, yeah, known around the world, but not really to WWE fans, although they gave him a hell of a hero's welcome when he started. Yeah. But they started him in the lower end of the pool, Gable and Pete Dunne and Ludwig, until finally getting pinned by a guy who's barely won in the last year and a half. But nonetheless, nonetheless, I mean, so like, dude, start developing the talent that you already have. Stop with the got to catch them all mentality. They're not stars, with rare exception. They're not stars unless you make them stars.
Great point, Steve. You know what it's like? I always compare it to sports, but like it's very similar because it's sports entertainment. You build the locker room and you build your roster, and Super Bowl teams, right? Like in the NFL, look at the that's a tough word. Where Dynasty, Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what it is. A lot of but Philadelphia Eagles, right? They won the Super Bowl this year, but they have a mixture, and most teams do. They have a mix of homegrown talent, like the guys like I was almost calling Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts, who's drafted as a starting quarterback. Their defensive line has a couple players that were drafted in the first round. Right, they're all same thing. But then you have guys like AJ Brown that they traded for that weren't there and that they brought in free agency. And that's the thing. It's like
Saquon.
Saquon Barkley. Great.
He's on Hot Ones that I have to watch. Sorry, I think that's why he's fresh in my brain.
So yes, and to that point, as a delivery person here, to that point, Steve, like that's kind of where we get is you have to have a mixture of both the current people that you bring, the people that you bring in, and the people that you build up along the way, and that's where like the Jon Moxleys, the Mercedes Monets, whether it's Ospreay or not, like using them to build up your homegrown talent. If Jack Perry is a pillar, like Darby Allin, like those types of guys. So you have to infuse it both. It's a mixture. It's like a 50-50 or 60-40, if you will. But anyways, what else are you thinking, Steve?
Well, now I'm thinking, what'd you order?
We got some good quesadillas. You could say we ordered a bunch, but I could play the drop. You know what? I'll throw the drop out.
Ordered a jalapeno burger, a chicken fried steak sandwich, a chili cheese dog with extra onions, French fries, tater tots, washed it down with 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita, and a Bloody Mary.
And by a shot of whiskey, he means a bottle. So.
Yeah. Like I don't. And that order of drinks is very disturbing for my stomach. Like just thinking about that really makes my stomach churn.
Yeah, half of that stuff is too much for me.
Fair enough.
What's making your stomach turn?
Sorry, she's pulling back in.
I'm sorry, that's the weirdest. Why are food delivery people weird? What's making
No, the Stone Cold drop. I played the Stone Cold drop.
That's like all that stuff.
Because the guy knocked at the door.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And,
he knocked on the back door, but parked in the street. So you think if you park in the street, you'd go to the front door, but he came to the back door. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I got a do not knock on my door thing. I digress.
People don't listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what happens when you do a live show. You just never know who's going to show up at your door or on the show. So
or at the bar.
You're at the bar. So
what did the delivery guy think was the best Mania main event?
No, I can run back out and ask him.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. That doesn't know how to use the driveway.
Yeah. All right. So Raw being 3 hours and people complaining about SmackDown also being 3 hours. I don't see why people are complaining about SmackDown being 3 hours. It's not that it's 3 hours. It's the content. It's what they're doing with that 3 hours.
It's a slog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hear too many people complain about the running time on Raw.
Nope.
They just need to do a better job of filling up the time for SmackDown, especially if they're going to have all these new people coming in, plus the call-ups in a couple of weeks. I mean, you're going to have all this time to fill. You could realistically keep, I know it's not the plan, keep SmackDown at 3 hours past June, whatever. But who's in charge of the Smack? Road Dogg.
No.
Well, yeah. See, there you go. Exactly that.
Give him a minute. No, bro.
No, Chef Michaels is doing fine.
I know he is.
For the most part.
Can Paul Waltman do SmackDown? Which other members of the clique? I'm not bringing back Kevin Nash because he's going to book himself as the world champion.
And blow out all his legs. But that's again, it's hard. And then that's what's hard because there's we didn't talk about it, but Naomi's vignette promo last week was incredible. And you have these little pockets. Same with AEW, your little pockets of good. And then I get a promo when then Charlotte shits all over Tiffany that does nothing for anybody. So it's just it's not as SmackDown is not as consistent as Raw's been.
Right, and the talent's there.
Yeah, give me Chelsea Green all day.
Yeah, give Chelsea a little more time. It's unclear what they're doing with the U.S. title. There's so much more that can be. Andrade's been on the backstage for a little while. Where did Alexa? All right, I understand they're working on something for Alexa Bliss that's probably going to debut after Mania is over anyway, and give them all a big grand reintroduction. So all right, that's fine. Where'd Nia go? Where did all these people go? You could be filling this time up wisely, and you're not doing that. Just like with Raw, what are you not learning from the other show?
Yeah, no.
They said someone tweeted at Nia Jax where are you? And she literally tweeted back catering. She was when the Queen of the Ring was the champion for a while. I mean, again, my feelings about Nia, but it's just all of a sudden, then she's just poof.
Yeah, I mean, she still has that crown, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I think we need photographic proof of that.
Oh, there's also another thing. Apparently, they're not doing King and Queen in the Ring this year.
Yeah, Steve likes that.
Yes, Queen.
That's
But
her.
apparently-
That's her to creative right now.
Yeah, but apparently the Saudi show they're dubbing it Night of Champions, so it doesn't seem like King and Queen of the Ring are on the docket this year.
Yeah, they're just going to do one Saudi show, I think, in exchange for 3 next year, including the
Rumble.
that I really hope they change their minds about with that one. Give them something else instead. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like a good idea, particularly for the ladies' Rumble.
A lot of money on gear.
Yeah, at least if they're going to do that, have it indoors.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, put some air conditioning on them.
Steve, before I let you go, last shot.
Oh my! Oh, Phoenix's debut tonight. If the rumors are true, if the talk is true, and they're gonna pair him up with Andrade tonight in a match, there he is. That's gonna be something. That is gonna be something special. I'm kind of surprised they're doing it now instead of I mean, Mania is just in a couple of weeks.
It is bizarre that it like why wouldn't you just hold him out to after Mania?
Yeah.
That's why I think whatever they are doing with the U.S. title, though, we don't know yet. It's going to be some, like, 6-pack or a ladder match. You can just shove them in there so we can do a flippy-do.
Right. But, I mean, all these people coming in and all these call-ups, and Phoenix, all right, apparently is going to, well, not apparently, is going to be there tonight. Aleister Black, and now Rusev, and now all the people that they're expecting to call up after Mania weekend. You know, I don't want WWE to become what we were complaining about AEW is just you're just signing people just to have them. It seems like kind of the temp solution, maybe the more permanent solution is just to, you know, everybody's in a big ass faction. But you know, if we complain about it with AEW, and I know that's just one show, they tried with the split rosters, didn't really take. Whereas WWE spreading it across multiple shows, but still, you know, I mean, don't sign people just to keep them away from everybody else. I mean, if you're going to sign Rusev, do something with him. You know, if you're gonna have Aleister Black, do something with him.
Right.
Do something substantial with them. Don't just bring them out to stare at the lights.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like if you can't do something with that person, and another company that can make money with them, it furthers the industry, which helps everybody. And that's I think the big picture thinking that not a lot of people think about. Steve, great point. As always, pleasure having you.
Adios. Happy April.
Happy April. That's Steve. Nikki, he always brings it.
Steven forever.
Seriously, he just always brings
He's
it.
a real ring-a-ding-dong dandy. Thanks, guys.
Eric, it's a great drop. It's my favorite drop. So,
mine's hated that.
I know. We're gonna have more. The more we do the show, the more drops come. 90s drop. We're bringing classic.
I know. We're
Another
so
classic.
kid.
Nikki, we have one more on the line. He's quickly ascending to potentially regular status.
Regular stats.
Our friend from overseas, bringing him back in from the weekly Steel Chair podcast. Reese, welcome back in, Reese.
Hello.
Hello there.
Oh, I like that Larry Zbyszko. A little Larry Zbyszko throwback.
Great legend.
Seriously. Reese, I feel like we're like kindred spirits from like the same. Like we watch like I don't know if we're around it. We seem like we're around the same age, like the WCW. Like a lot of these references, I feel like hit home across the sea.
Mm.
Maybe not. Maybe they hit home more. they did.
Those were great days, though.
Weren't they? Oh, we're getting back there one day at a time. Reese, what are you drinking? What are you thinking?
I'll keep it short and sweet because I think everyone wants to get to Smackdown. What am I thinking? Good week for wrestling for a change.
Mm-hmm.
But that promo versus with Cena and Cody sucked.
Oh, you didn't like it?
You saw my raw.
We were talking about it.
Yeah, like
you saw my raw review. I have to be consistent.
Yeah, I just think that like
you just told me you were excited about the Edge and Christian reunion. So tell me why you didn't like it.
I didn't like it purely because I think they missed a lot of tricks to get to this entire confrontation. I think they should have done it from the night after Chamber. I think Cena going to do his film and like filming was just a cheap cop out. I think they lost out big time on timing and impact, and Cena's not even, the stuff he's saying makes sense as a heel, but he's still wearing the same shit.
Yeah.
And I can't take that seriously. Like, I want to see the guy just go, you know what, stuff the colours, stuff my mantra and all that. I'm just going to wear it all black and just hate every one of you clowns from whatever city I go to next.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't get that. To be fair, I thought Cody done alright, even though I think his promos are always the same. But I actually think he did hang with him, but I just can't get motivated by this story. I hope CM Punk just gets added to the match.
Maybe is that the favor? If he wins night one, he gets in night two.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know why you'd have these guys main event if it wasn't part of the situation. I think they have to, personally, because this Mania right now is fast tracked to be the lowest rated, like the lowest attended event since Mania 22, which ironically was main evented by Cena.
Interesting.
That's crazy. I mean, like, because like stemming off like last year, you knew, and maybe that like there's like some psychology to this. I feel like too, like at least with me, like if like things got so good, it's like you know they have to drop off to some extent. Like you can't go higher than like last year was just the emotional highest of highs that you could get. And like
I have a strange take, and I think it's a kind of a WWE comeuppance. But all last year, and pretty much every show this year, they constantly say it's a record sellout. Oh, it's a record attended crowd, and everybody can see, but sadly, people are too stupid. And I'm referring to people out there who are actually wasting their money. They're wasting their money on a show that is either going to be consistently bad, doesn't make sense, or might be great if you know how to sing a bloody song. When I actually look at it, and it's kind of ironic, it's at their most important time of the year for their biggest, like, they build up to WrestleMania, and you're overcharging every single fan you go to, city after city. They overcharged I didn't go to the Rodders in Glasgow because it was overpriced. I was like, I'm not going to that. I'll just watch it on Netflix. They are overcharging massively, and I'm like, for all the good things they can do, why would you want to go now because they're overcharging you? 5,000, it's like $10,000 just to get a front seat ticket.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's like the Super Bowl. Yeah,
You're breaking all these records not because you have more people going to your shows. It's because your prices are banana pants, and I want to don't want to spend money, but it's more enjoyable to watch it from my couch.
Well, how popular are you if you have 50 people spending $200 a ticket versus, like 500 people spending $50 a ticket?
I think it just comes down to what you market. But honestly, I think, this is the thing that I'm surprised about as well, is how cheap it is to go to All In. And fair enough, if they don't want to overcharge their fans, then credit to AEW for that. But WWE have got so much talent right now that you can actually build something credible with. And I mean that because I know I'm quite critical of them, and Nick, you'll know because you watch my shows, I'm very fair, but I'm quite critical on everything. But if you overcharge your fans, you're going to lose those fans. Doesn't matter what your rate, and there's no surprise that their ratings have dropped. And I don't care about the ratings conversation. We've spoken about this in the past two, 3 times I've been on your guys' channel. I hate the ratings discourse, but I have to use it now as a fact. The ratings for last week's SmackDown was 1.35 million. That's not good. And that, if you want to factor that in, you're overcharging fans to see a babyface triple threat main event. Where's the heel?
Right. So here's where to play, as Nikki likes to say, devil's avocado.
I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I just have to be honest on it.
There though, like a lot of it is too, like it's. I hate to compare it, but like it's like art, right? It isn't a form of art, so people will
absolutely.
Like, I could draw a stick figure, and someone will be like, "That's the greatest stick figure I've ever seen. I'll give you $3,000 for it." So for the same, if people will still pay that, then
agreed.
And we're dumb as the consumer to do that. But to the same extent, like is the overall product like when you talk about like the Attitude Era, like everyone was watching the numbers, the ratings, like going back, statistics like that. So like is it, how are they viewing the measurable as revenue versus
I don't know,
right, total eyeballs? And like, but that's the same thing comparatively, right when you talk about AEW, like Punk's biggest thing was like AEW is all about having a great match and but there's no money in the match, so like, there has to be a fine balance somewhere.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. I think the value comes from what the fans are putting in, but I think you should still adhere to your core audience in the right way, but you shouldn't be trying to price them out, because you still want to keep your core audience. I just think it's wrong, and I find it crazy as well how much it is just to get a meet and greet with some of these talents. It's 9,000 to meet and greet Hulk Hogan. That's not enough for me to punch him in the face. And $7,000 to have a handshake with Triple H. I'm sorry, but if I start talking to him, I'm going to tell him that he can't book women, and I'm probably going to get shouted at. So I find it crazy. Like you want to enjoy it's 50 quid to meet Kurt Angle in Manchester next year, which is only a 4-hour train ride for me. I'm like, I'd rather spend that. I'm going to, though, to be fair, so I can say, by the way, I'm the guy you actually follow on Twitter. But like, it's still bizarre, like how expensive it's become. And I'm like, there's reasonable prices, and then there's insane prices that you're going to lose your audience for. And I don't want that for any company. I want them to enjoy themselves. I want them to thrive, but I don't want them to bullshit their audience by saying, "Oh yeah, it's record ratings, record attendance."
Yeah.
Don't forget the Attitude Era existed, and they're not coming close to that.
My question to you is, so this is an interesting concept, because like we love, like from a U.S. perspective, like I love, like we see like the crowds, like every time they go, like WWE goes overseas, it's such a hot crowd. Do you think you guys get, what's the word? I don't know what the word is I want to use, but like because of the fact that WWE goes over there, let's say once every 6 months or once a year maybe, like do they taking advantage of that fact because of the fact that, like, yes, like there's only one event, so it's almost like not comparatively like the Super Bowl, but like in your country, it would be the only event that you could see. So yeah, it's gonna be a $150 ticket. Like I went to go see, like nowhere near as comparable. Like Guns N' Roses at MetLife Stadium here in New Jersey was like $150 a ticket, American, for like literally the nosebleeds. I'm like, well, I don't need to see Axl Rose at age 60. Like sitting in the nosebleed.
Nowhere close.
I've been to, since American wrestling came back over the UK, I've been to Clash at the Castle in Wales. I went to that. I went to Money in the Bank. I went to the first All In at Wembley. I went to the second All In at Wembley. I went to Clash at the Castle that was in my country as well. So I've done all that. And the cheapest one of all of them for me was All In twice, and that includes travel and a hotel for a weekend. Still getting value for money, but I was altogether it's £1,000 altogether. The rest of them were slightly more than that. And I work in finance, so I'm quite lucky in that sense. I'm a bit smart in that way. But it's still very bizarre. Your value for money right now is being taken away from you because of something you love. And I get that, but you shouldn't be getting overly charged like that. I think they should bring it down just a little bit. Because that will encourage even more people to go. Like, regardless of your sellouts, your biggest show of the year is going to be your least attended event in 19 years. It's quite scary.
Reese, while we got you on, Steve wants to ask you a question. He'd like to ask you if you've been to an ICW or Progress show out there, and how the prices compare.
I haven't been to an ICW yet, but I have been to a Progress show and I've been to several Rev Pros. So I can absolutely compare. A Rev Pro ticket, for example, cost me 80 quid. The Progress ticket was about 50, 60 quid. So it's about 20, 30 quid difference. So in American dollars, I'd say about $25 to $28 exchange rate. I think, if I'm right. So it's not so bad. I've not been in ICW. I've been at a TNA show in a very small arena, and that was good value as well. That was like 70 quid ticket. And that included a meet and greet with like Sabin and Perazzo and Joe Hendry and all that. And I've got their autographs and photos and stuff, which is fun.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I think that's also too, like, when you get to like the indie to like lower tier, like you get more bang because they want to do more for because the fans.
Oh, and I met Scott D'Amore and Rhino and all that. Forgot them. Forgot that. I forgot to mention those guys.
Who doesn't love a good Rhino?
Oh, he's a nice guy.
He said, "Who doesn't love a good Rhino?"
Right.
As long as it's not an Elevation X match.
Yeah. Okay. Reese, what else you got, Rich, before we let you go?
Ooh, well, I'll be live again since it's 1:10 in the morning in Scotland.
Thanks.
So I'll be live again. I'll be live again later. But for me, it's good seeing you guys and rock on with what's to come for April. I mean, I'm 28 next Saturday, so that's embarrassing.
No, that's exciting,
baby.
It's exciting. Birthday.
Yeah. So I'll probably end up doing something for that. So I'll probably end up streaming.
Do it.
That's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
To scream a little. You still have to have a birthday. You still have to have a birthday.
For whose birthday?
I don't remember. I have no idea whose birthday it was.
Yeah, I agree with Ed as well. Like, ICW in 2016, 2018 was so fun. So fun. Memories.
Oh, for sure.
People watching it anyway, like, obviously you can watch them, but physically going, I still need to go to an event. It's on my bucket list. It's on one of my bucket lists.
Oh, for sure. Well, Reese, always a pleasure having you. So we'll catch you next time. But before we let you go, let everyone know where they can catch you.
Yeah, so you can find me on the Weekly Steel Chair on YouTube and the Steel Chair on Twitch, which is also my Twitter handle as well. Steel Chair over 1 because I'm the only one.
Yes, the only one. Ladies and gentlemen, we've started the show. Our friend from overseas, Scotland, Reese, Weekly Steel Chair.
Making new friends.
Making new friends. Run slightly over time.
New friends. I know. We're at the point you
we love talking to our friends.
I know. I want to talk to them all day. I think Reese is turning into a new reg. And we talked to Steven and Ed's back.
I know. We're getting them together. Everyone's just getting ramped up for the season.
Steven, when in April? Well, text Nick. I need to know all the things.
Ooh. Is this month of
Are we celebrating a Mania?
A Steven,
am I making you a cake?
Always fun having you on, Reese.
Love it.
Pleasure. Thanks for staying up late.
Oh my god! Like, do you ever see that? Leslie from she was on SNL. Oh my god! I thought she was like Ricochet's mom at AEW.
Steve's upset because there's no PLE that day. Sorry.
Oh. Well, we had a PLE on my birthday, and it didn't really work out for us. Now, or for me, now it didn't. So maybe it's better. But I will make you something special for your media then. What was her name? But she has a great meme that says like "Go to bed." I can't remember her name. Leslie Jones. Jones. Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones, gift, go to bed. Reese, that's what I'm saying to you right now.
Well, honestly, for someone like that to come out, with a late time for him, I go to bed early, like 8 o'clock. So, like, I don't know about you, Nikki, but I just feel.
All that said, though, incredible team effort, and I feel so lucky and blessed to have this opportunity and be here and be part of this. Everyone here, give yourselves a round of applause. This is unbelievable. Thank you, guys.
But we just feel blessed. We feel blessed on that.
Hashtag blessed.
Well, Nikki, this has been
so fun. We love you.
As usual. We're running a little overtime, but we are back here. So, just letting you all know before we get out of here, we are back here Sunday.
Fun day.
Going back over to AEW, Ed's favorite. For Dynasty, will there be a new AEW World Heavyweight Champion? Will Swerve finally reclaim the world title? Will there be a new Women's World Champion? Will Megan Bayne dethrone Toni Storm? Who will emerge from the triple threat with Kenny Omega in the, I almost called it the Intercontinental Classic? Ed's favorite title. It's just all your favorites. And this is the Sunday show.
Ed, contain yourself. I know you're like freaking out.
Ed is freaking out.
Calm down.
So get ready.
You're here and easy.
Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Before you head out, make sure you hit the old like and subscribe on the channel. We always say it's hitting the old Samoan spike. And we'll take us out with our not so CCO. Oh,
thought we had a spectacular event tonight. Very excited that so far everybody seems to have come out unscathed. Banged up, bumps and bruises, but nobody seriously injured, which I always hold my breath on these events. You want to see people have the best outing that they can possibly have and make memories, but do it safely. And we were able to do that tonight.
Able to do that tonight, Nikki?
Barely.
Sort of. Ed's excited because Continental Contrapt's on the line.
Contract forever.
Reese, pleasure as always. Go to sleep. Get some sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Making up for it. But Nikki will send everyone out. Until next time, you do not have to go home.
But you can stay here.